Hello and welcome to How Horrific. I'm your host, Jen, and this is my co-host, a talking head on a stick. Today we will be concluding the episode with part 4 of the short surreal horror film Thingamajig, and we have arrived at the third and final round of the horror cosplay contest.
4 cosplayers have submitted 3 videos, one in episode 2, 3, and 4. You vote in the comments for the one that you like the most.
I'm so excited. First up, Jackson at That One Carmela.
Sorry, get over here.
Shido at Shido. Luxury Tears at Lux.Tears.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you talking like today or like in general?
Horror Cosplay Fly Tie at Horror Cosplay_Fly Tie. They are all so good.
Thank you to our 4 cosplayers and thank you to everyone who has commented and left a vote.
Voting will conclude Wednesday, October 30th at 6 p.m. Central Time. Winners will be announced the following day during the Halloween special. So what happened with the thing in your basement?
Well, I went downstairs and I tried turning the lights on. And then I see all the light bulbs have been unscrewed and they're sitting in a big pile.
Oh no. That's Simon. Whatever you do, don't look him in the eye.
What? Of course I did. He's got like 20 of them.
He hates being seen, so much so that if you shine a light on him, he disappears.
Well, if he hates being seen so much, then why did he chase me?
Where do you think he got all those eyes? He wanted to take yours so you couldn't look at him.
He wanted to take my eyes?
Yes, he wanted to take them out of your head.
Jen, you gotta tell me everything that you know, because I can't find that out later. The fuck? Alright, Jen. What do we have for segments?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
Nothing.
What about Bankrupt Theory? Or Jackknife's Reviews? Or CrasHNburN? Or iReadBooks? Or Reeltheseal? Or Skeleton Crew Productions? Or Mostly Odd Oddities?
They've all sent in videos, but you told me to save them for next week's Halloween special.
Well, we can't do an episode that's just us. It's too different.
Why don't you see if you can find some new content creators to join our show?
Okay. Yeah, check out this one. Ultimate Ellis.
Hello? Oh my god! You're there! Come out!
I love that.
I feel like he definitely has a future in filmmaking.
Send him a message.
I will.
I'll work on some new segments. Are you okay?
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
I mean, I could do another gamer segment.
Let's keep brainstorming.
Well, people seem to like your segments. Do you have any ideas?
I thought I could show people how to make a classic Helldünkel treat.
Like a cooking segment? What are you imagining?
Hello and welcome to Helldünkel's Kitchen with Jen. Today's special guest is Hammy.
Hammy?
We will be making these adorable strawberry ghosts. Let's get started. To make strawberry ghosts, you first need to give each strawberry a soul. And since eyes are the windows to the soul, let's give them eyes. Perfect. So cute. Now that the strawberries have souls, put them in a blender. Great job. Remember, the secret to getting good ghosts is betrayal. I will never hurt you. So easy. Dispose of the remains unceremoniously in the basement, and the next occupiers of the home will have these adorable strawberry ghosts. Join us next time to learn our recipe for Bloody Mary syringes. Reaction videos are really popular right now. Let's react to a horror TikTok compilation.
Yeah, okay.
No, mommy.
These are okay. Some of them are good.
I don't think we're doing it right.
See, it's nothing. There's nothing there.
What are we supposed to do?
A lot of reactors scream and cover their eyes and talk about how scared they are.
I mean, some of these are creepy and cool, but there aren't going to be any that are actually scary.
So I am the villain. And you will continue to consume these stories about me, year after year after year.
Okay, let's not do this anymore.
Let's never do this again. What's up?
I think the sleep deprivation and all the horror content is just getting to me. Because I keep hearing voices.
What are they saying?
Depressing things, but with a cheery disposition.
I wonder if an orb got in when Margaret opened the door.
An orb? What's an orb?
You know when you take a picture and those little orbs of light appear? Some people confuse them for strawberry ghosts, but they're actually the metaphysical embodiments of thoughts and ideas. They can cause epiphanies, déjà vu, premonitions, nostalgia, all kinds of things. It sounds like you've got the kind of orb responsible for intrusive thoughts.
Oh God, I don't need that right now.
If you pay attention to them, they tend to get closer, stay longer, and say more. The more it's around, the clearer you'll be able to hear it.
Alright, well, I'll try to ignore it. Let's just keep working on segments, I guess. Alright, Jen, the show comes out tomorrow. Do you have anything?
I'm working on a song, but I want to save it for next week's Halloween special.
Yeah, next week is the Halloween special, isn't it? Should we wear costumes?
I thought you hated wearing costumes.
No, you're right. I always regret pretty much every time I've ever worn a costume. I just feel fucking dumb.
Were you able to come up with anything?
Well, it's tough because I kept falling asleep, but I did manage to finish my review of Rosemary's Baby.
Let me see it.
Rosemary's Baby is a horror movie from 1968. It has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes and an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. It's 2 hours and 16 minutes long. Good luck even trying to stay awake through this one. The movie starts with 2 minutes of Mia Farrow singing a song that's called Lullaby. Nothing happens for 15 minutes.
Why would she cover up her vacuum cleaner in her towels?
I don't suppose we'll ever know.
And then a woman they just met jumps to her death. And it's not even really that big of a deal.
What was her name again? Terry what?
I don't remember.
It's not even a big deal to the people that took her in as if she was their own.
Want to let these folks take a look, please? I knew this would happen.
So we're very chill. Now that that woman's dead, their elderly neighbors are free for dinner. And they talk about things that nobody ever needs to know.
Go ahead, name a place.
Fairbanks, Alaska.
I've been there. No pope ever visits a city where the newspapers are on strike.
I've got 16 nieces and nephews.
My goodness.
We're a half hour in, Mia Farrow puts on some smooth jazz and sits down to read. So now we're 42 minutes into the movie. There's a good chance you've been asleep for at least 30 minutes. But if you are awake, trigger warning, because it's heavily implied that she's drugged and taken advantage of by the devil. I don't want to talk about it too much. But if you're thinking, surely that's not something that I would sleep through, the way it's portrayed is very dreamlike.
You better go down below, miss.
So considering what it is, it's not going to affect the sleepability of the movie. Let's move past it, because it's not something anyone wants to talk about. So then we get back to nothing happening. And an hour and 3 minutes into the movie, some old people come over. And they talk about herbs.
Can a root be an herb?
You sure you don't mean anise or orange root?
Or tennis.
A couple minutes after that, the characters start talking about other characters in the movie. And this happens a lot. A good portion of the dialogue is just talking about the other couple people in the movie. And it's not even that interesting.
God, did you ever notice he has pierced ears?
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. I saw.
So now it's Christmas time in the big city. And you're probably thinking, this is going to be quite noisy. But no, they play some relaxing winter in the city music.
Pain be gone. I will have no more of thee.
If you do wake up and you want to know what's going on, she's in the city to get lunch with her friend who is an old man. So you're not missing much. He doesn't show up, so she calls his apartment to see where he is. This conversation takes place over a payphone with a woman who has an accent. Other than that, it is dead quiet.
Yes? Is this Edward Hutchins' apartment? Yes, who is this, please?
Absolutely wonderful for sleeping. She finds out that he too is in a deep coma.
At the moment, he's totally unresponsive.
She takes the news very well. She remains chill.
Is there anything I can do? Not really. Right, thank you.
Now, at this point in the movie, she is pregnant. But because she's pregnant, she's at home and she's in pain. She's breathing deep, watching an old TV, and it's pouring rain outside. Possibly the easiest to sleep through scene of pain ever captured in a movie. The next scene is a New Year's Eve party, which you might assume is going to be pretty loud. But lucky for us, the party is with some old people and her old doctor.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
An hour and 20 minutes into the movie, she begins to argue with her husband because she is in pain. She's been in pain the whole pregnancy. So things are getting a little bit dramatic.
They're my friends. Don't
They're a
call them
bunch of
bitches.
not very bright bitches.
But just then, the pain goes away.
Pain, stop. It's like that.
Stop.
Stop.
Everything is fine again. An hour and 25 minutes into the movie, she gets a call that her friend who went into a coma has died. But she's not going to disturb us. She takes it well.
Hutch is dead.
So after his funeral, she gets home, she puts on some slippers, and she reads a book.
Born in Glasgow in 1846.
Then she uses Scrabble game pieces to make multiple attempts to silently solve an anagram. Magnificent scene for sleeping. An hour and 42 minutes into the movie, when most movies would be over, she decides to make a phone call.
Would you like to leave a message?
This phone call is one of several throughout the movie. As a matter of fact, immediately after this phone call, she's going to fake a phone call and then receive 2 phone calls.
Oh, really? Yes. Yes.
The phone call that she receives is from a doctor. She tells this doctor, I want you to deliver this baby that's due in a couple days because there's a plot against me and this baby. I need to see you tonight. Don't tell my husband. And he says,
I'm not going to speak to anyone. I'm going to take a nap.
She goes to see the doctor that night. She tells him that she believes her other doctor and her husband are part of a group of witches. He calls them and tells them to come get her. When they show up, they tell her, come quietly or we'll put you in a mental hospital. And she does. She doesn't make a peep all the way home. When they get to the apartment where she lives with all the witches, she gives them the slip. She gets away, she gets to her apartment, she locks her door. Her husband and the doctor get in, and she starts to yell. But don't worry, because they gag and sedate her. Then it's quiet for a while. So quiet that when she does talk, it startles the only other person in the room.
Where is it?
She does start to yell again, but don't worry, they sedate her again. She stays in bed for a while. Nothing happens. Now, we're 2 hours and 7 minutes into this movie. She takes a knife and she sneaks into her neighbor's apartment to kill a bunch of witches. A woman sees her and screams for a second, but nobody else does anything.
Rosemary, go back to bed.
Even as she walks towards a crib with a knife. So we're all still very chill. The neighbor guy begins to yell, but it's celebratory.
His power is stronger than stronger. His might shall last longer than longer.
Towards the end, her baby starts to cry a little. She begins to rock it and comfort it back into silence. Then the movie ends as it began, with Mia Farrow singing the song Lullaby. Like Alien, there are long stretches of nothingness to slumber through, and towards the end, there are some screams. But at that point, it's so deep into the movie, chances are you're not waking up. And if you were asleep, by the time it got to some of the more psychologically disturbing parts of the movie, chances are you'll rest easy with this one. I give it a 9.5 out of 10 on the sleep scale. Truly one of the greatest horror films ever to fall asleep to.
Sleep is what you need. Good night's sleep.
He shall redeem the despised and wreak vengeance in the name of the burned and the tortured. Hail Adrian! Satan!
So maybe we show that towards the end like last time, and then I can be like, here's part 4 of Thingamajig by Skeleton Crew Productions. So we show that, and then I'll say something like, join us next week for part 5, the finale of Thingamajig.
Make sure to tell them to subscribe to Ultimate Ellis. It was awesome for him to let us show his video. And remind them to cast their vote in our cosplay contest. This is their last chance.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That should work.
Hello! This is Jen. If you've made it this far in the video, then you probably know this episode is 4 days late. We worked very hard on a very different version of this episode, and it just didn't work out. We sincerely apologize and appreciate everyone who has been a part of the creation of this show. Thank you to all the creators, contributors, commenters, and viewers. We definitely couldn't have persisted without you. We are so excited for the Halloween special, which is the last day of Helldünkel, when we celebrate Totentons. Hopefully our new friend Orby doesn't get to happy the knife before then.
You'll never get to relive your happiest memories. You ever think about that?
See you very soon. We love you all.